Welcome on this Thursday morning to, of course, Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. Matt Workinger, Rachel Fender in studio with me. How are you guys?
Doing
good.
Yeah.
We're smiling because it's sunny out there.
It's going to be
and
nice.
not cold.
And not cold.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
I know.
It's going to feel like spring.
It is. That's so awesome. I'm looking forward to it so much. And
We're turning the irrigation on today, so it's a big day.
Big
Oh,
step.
that is,
Be a
yeah.
late night at the nursery, getting everything up and running. I think there's like 70 sprinkler heads and then a ton, probably another 200 whizzer heads. And so,
It's a sign of the season.
yes.
That's good.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
great. I was just saying off the air that my guys came and mowed my lawn. Got
Yeah.
the first lawn mow yesterday.
Yeah, it's needing it.
It was.
It's really growing all of a sudden.
I was so surprised because I looked at it one day, and then the next day it was like
Same.
You
Yep.
know?
Yeah. I think
So-
it was after that, the rain and the thunderstorm and stuff, because that
the
really.
warmer rain definitely will get it up and growing.
got all those sticks out of the yard. That felt good too. so-
Finally.
yeah.
No
All right,
more leaves.
I got to mention to everybody, we're live on Facebook right now, the WHBC Facebook page. You can also go to our YouTube channel and watch us there. And we would love to have you call in and chat if that's what you want to do. 330-450-1480. You can also send in emails to pcook@whbc.com. Now, we already got an email, so we're going to go right to Rita's email. She says, 20-year-old boxwoods treated with wilt stop every year. They are always beautiful in the spring. Once again, they were treated with wilt stop on a mild day about a week after Thanksgiving. What can we do to bring them back to good health? And then she sent the second email with the pictures of them. Matt, what's your thoughts on those?
So the two of them for sure should come back. They just need a little bit of fertilizer. I would put down that all-season fertilizer. It's going to feed it for 6 months, and it's kind of like an IV for the plant just to help bring it back around. The one at the far end is pretty bad. There's not a lot other than fertilization you can do at this point. It's very important with evergreens, and everybody listening, if you have evergreens, even if they're fully established like these 20-year-old boxwoods, if we have a really dry August, September, October again, when you do the wilt proof in the late fall, you want to soak that soil. You want the soil to be wet going into winter, not dry. And even though we had a couple rains in November, it really didn't get the moisture down deep in the soil. So a good heavy watering when you do that wilt proof, thank goodness she did the wilt proof, because without that or the wilt stop, they wouldn't have probably made it at all. Now, plants do have a course of life as well. And these may be getting close to the end of that course of life. It looks like they've been sheared pretty heavily for quite a few years. That always stresses a plant. And if you haven't been feeding them as you're shearing them, it's harder and harder each year for that plant to recover. So I would say right now, if you want to do what's best for the plant, you just want to do some fertilizer, the granular fertilizer on it right now, and then it's kind of a wait and see mode. If it does not flush back out, then it may just be time.
Well, Rita, I just want to say I love your pergola.
Yes,
Yeah,
we were
beautiful.
admiring
Beautiful.
that.
I love it. I love it. But also, Matt, is this something that's occurring to
Yeah,
boxwoods?
we saw a lot of burn on boxwoods this year. I mean, we had a pretty real hard Ohio winter, which we haven't had in quite a few years. So a lot of the evergreens we're seeing some damage on, and a lot of the damage that happened because the roots were dry when it froze in the fall. Some of it's winter wind damage as well, but if the plant was moisture deprived going into wintertime, it's a lot harder for them to survive that really cold, intense wind in the wintertime because there's no extra moisture in the root system, the sap system, all of that's kind of dehydrated. And so when the plant's dehydrated going into winter, it's a lot harder for it, if we have a hard winter, to come back.
Yeah. So people just be thinking about it's a process all the time.
Sure.
It's not just like a plant it, forget it kind of thing.
No, and but that fertilizer really does help. It lasts for 6 months. Most of the granular fertilizers last 4 to 6 weeks at best. So this is something that you can put down once, and every time it rains or every time you water, it releases a little bit more into the soil, and it helps make it less work for you because if you're anything like me, I can do it once in the spring. I'm always really good about that. But then I'm like, when did I do that last? And all of a sudden it's August and I haven't done it in, 2.5 months. And I should have done it a month and a half ago. So doing it once with this fertilizer, and the cost of the fertilizer is the same price as the stuff that lasts 6 weeks. So it doesn't make sense not to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had an exceptionally dry season last year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we did.
you know, we really didn't get much rain even in the fall. So
No.
not
And-
enough to, especially for something that large, you know,
Right.
something to really
Right.
give them
Something
a drink.
fully mature like that. It's they're going to use a
Little
lot
stress.
of moisture.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right, Rita, I hope that helps. And we're getting some phone calls, 330-450-1480. You can call us, and we'll put you on the air with Matt and Rachel. And you sent so many pictures.
I did. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I love it when you do that. But
There's lots to see.
there is a lot to see.
I think we've got about 33 semis in out of the 37 that we'll bring in to fill the tree and shrub sections up, and the greenhouse semis are just starting to
Just
arrive.
starting, yep,
Yeah.
yeah, and slowly starting to get perennials in because they're still dormant. You know,
Yeah.
we really get a lot of stuff that is, some of the stuff is grown in hoop houses and that kind of thing. So even if it is a perennial, like if it's forced grown, you know, it's going to be tender to the frost.
Right.
So,
Right.
You
you
got to
know,
be
we're
careful planting
yeah.
some of that
So
soft
some of it's
stuff.
just starting to peak. So we're getting things in as they
But the
as they
trees
come
and
in.
shrubs
So,
will
but we got
always do better in the ground this time of year than in a container or in a pot above ground.
Right.
I've got pictures that I sent you of azaleas, pictures of Japanese maples. Some of those Japanese maples with the red leaves there you're seeing in that picture, those are a dwarf Japanese maple. They only get about 10 to 12 foot tall,
Okay.
4 to 6 foot wide, so they're much more compact. Of course, we have the full-size Japanese maples that'll get 35 feet tall.
Okay.
But a lot of unique dwarf varieties, and what you'll notice in that picture is they're already 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find dwarf material that's oversized like that. So
They're
we
beautiful.
did a good job buying last fall, and we've got some really unique looking stuff. The owner and I walked around the other day and made a list of all the problem plants, things that got damaged in shipping, and it was a very short list.
Oh, good. That's
So
good to
That's
know.
always
we
good.
have a lot of really good looking stuff this year.
All right, let us head to the phones here. We're going to go to Ed in Canton. You're on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Morning, everybody.
Good
Morning.
morning.
I have two questions, and both of them deal with pruning. I have an Eastern red bud tree. When would be the best time to prune back some branches that might be either real thin or just sort of growing?
Okay. So this is a great time to prune it. If you prune it right now, you may cut some of the buds off, the flower buds. Some people will let it bloom, and then as soon as it's done blooming, they'll trim it. That way you get to enjoy the flowers that are on those branches that you're going to take off. But there's a very short window. As soon as it's done flowering, it starts to push its leaves. You do not want to let it fully push its leaves and then trim it. That stresses it. Some people do it early right now before the flowers have fully formed on those branches. Not a big deal if you do it now, but you do want to do it before the leaves fully come out.
Okay. The second pruning question, I have a hydrangea. I'm not sure of the name of it. Something fire. It changes colors through the
Quick fire?
summer.
Quick fire or little quick fire, probably.
Right, quick fire. There
Okay.
you go.
All right, that's in the paniculata family, so you can trim it right now. What you don't want to do with that one is prune it after the new growth has come on, because you'll be cutting the flower heads off. But right now, that's in its dormant state still. You may start to see the buds swell this next week over these 70-degree temperatures we're going to have, but you can prune it right now. Now's the perfect time to prune any of the paniculata varieties, which that is.
Very good. Thank you very much, and thank you for all your information.
Thank you for listening.
thanks for the call.
Yeah, we appreciate that. All right. We are 330-450-1480 is the number to call if you have a question for Matt and Rachel, or a comment or something. Be nice. No.
Yeah, now is a really good time to prune stuff like your Japanese maples and things like that, because you can see
The
you know,
branch
the
structure.
dead. Yes,
yeah,
you
you can
see
actually
the-
see
yep.
the structure
And
of the
that's-
plant. And
Yeah,
the first thing I
it's
always
really
take
easy
off
to
is
do.
the first thing when you're pruning, dead wood always comes
Yep.
off first.
Yeah.
Get the dead wood off. It's not doing anything positive for the tree. The next set of branches that we'll take off are what we call crossing branches. If a branch comes out of the trunk and crosses back through the tree, we want to take those crossing branches out. We want everything to develop off the main trunk and come straight out. So if you have crossing branches, that's the next thing we take out. Then we step back, take a look at the overall shape of the plant, and then we'll selectively prune some branches to give it the shape that we're after. But
Yeah.
dead and crossing branches have to come out first.
And some of those, like I noticed on my quick fire, like how they get this really straight
yeah,
ones
real
that
long
come.
leader.
Yep. Yeah. That just the leader. Yeah, I couldn't think of the proper word, but yeah, just like the ones that'll just shoot straight up. They're just kind of weird looking, so and they
Yeah.
really don't.
Well, and certain varieties of hydrangea will what we call stretch, and they will
Yeah.
send up 2-3 feet of growth. It's okay to take that back, and even depending on the variety of hydrangea, but all the paniculata varieties, you can pretty much take them back by half. You're not going to hurt that plant. Again, anytime you're pruning, fertilize with that all season.
All right, let's go to Carol in Canton. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Good morning.
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 I'd like to know how and when do you transplant the Easter flowers that you receive?
You need to turn your radio
Oh,
down
yeah.
for us, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. That'd be great.
There it is.
And
Yeah,
that'll
okay,
help
I
us-
could
that'll
tell. I
help
was
us
like,
out.
wait,
Hear the echo.
She wants to know when to plant the
Like-
Easter flowers.
like what, like tulips and daffodils, or is that what?
What Easter flowers is it?
Yeah.
Carol?
Oh, she was turning her radio down.
Yeah, and we lost her.
Oh,
We did. We lost her. So we'll get
well,
back. Carol,
yes,
So
yeah.
it
so
depends- it
does
depends.
depend. Yeah,
Right.
Easter lilies, they're not hardy here, so they're not something that you really can transplant outside. But like the tulips, daffodils, that kind of stuff. Really, the best. I mean, you can do it now, but the best thing to do, since they have been forced, is to wait until they're done flowering.
Let
Let
'em
that
run their
foliage.
cycle.
Yep. Yeah. Let them run their cycle, and then you can put them in the ground.
Okay, there you go. Now let's go
That
to Sally in Bolivar. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Hi, guys.
Morning.
Hey, I have a variegated Weigelia,
Mhm.
and it's not really doing anything at the moment.
Yep.
My husband claims it's dead.
No.
No.
No, that's all ours at the nursery. Even so, anything that at a nursery is above ground, so its root system warms up quicker than the stuff in the ground. And even my stuff at the nursery is still dormant. If you're not sure if it's alive, you can always take your thumbnail or the edge of a pruner blade and just scratch the bark. It should be green underneath and pliable.
Yeah, I was
and,
just gonna
and
say,
it-
yeah, kind of
yeah.
pliable.
And so most likely they're still fine. In the next 2 weeks here, we should get a flush of growth out of them. It takes a little bit of time for that to happen. Mine will start at the nursery probably this week. The ones planted in the ground will probably start a week or so later.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Weigelia and like butterfly bush, and there's a
There's
few things that are
of them
pretty
come,
late. Or,
yeah,
you know,
they come
later.
slower. Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
we'll take our first break, guys. And when we come back, we'll take your calls 330-450-1480. Let's grow together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Roar's Nursery. Spring is finally here. It's time to get outside and bring your home and garden back to life. At Roar's Nursery, we're proud to be a family-owned and operated full-service landscape company, dedicated to serving our community with quality, care, and attention to detail. Let our experts help you. Call today for your free estimate or stop by our greenhouse and retail shop to get inspired. Roar's Nursery on Everhard Road, Roar's Nursery on Portage Street, or roarsnursery.com.
Ventrac, power, precision, performance. Designed with your tough jobs in mind, Ventrac compact tractors from Bears Lawn and Garden handle everything from mowing, preparing seedbeds, trenching, tilling, leaf collection, and more for a year-round tractor. Whether you're a grounds care professional or a large property owner, Ventrac will give you expert results to conquer all your tasks quickly and efficiently. Feel the difference when you get in the seat of a Ventrac today at Bears Lawn and Garden in North Canton, or call 330-499-4544.
Ohio is booming, and IBEW Local 540 is hiring electricians for major construction projects happening now and for years to come. Join the IBEW and earn top wages, employer-paid health care, dental, vision, pension, annuity, vacation, plus 401k and Roth options. Start a 4-year commercial, 3-year teledata, or 2-year residential apprenticeship. Earn while you learn and graduate debt-free. Already a journeyman? Signing bonuses available. Build your future with IBEW Local 540 today by visiting IBEW540.org, where power meets opportunity.
Time is ticking and your dream home's waiting. This is Steve Struckle, mortgage loan originator at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We understand that buying a home can be overwhelming, but with CSB, it's easier than ever. We offer a range of options, whether you're looking to buy, build, refinance, or improve your home. Our mortgage lenders will guide you every step of the way. Visit our website at csb1.com to apply online today and turn your dream into reality. The Commercial and Savings Bank, where homeownership begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A living piece of history coming back to life April 9th through the 11th. Experience the grand christening of engine number 19 at the Age of Steam Roundhouse. Climb aboard for real steam-powered train rides. Explore the legendary Roundhouse and witness history as this iconic locomotive is christened once again. From the sights to the sounds to the smell of pure steam power. This is more than an event. It's a journey through time. Don't miss the Engine 19 christening April 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at ageofsteamroundhouse.org.
This is Pam Cook for Yellow Light. I was talking with my friend about how high our energy costs have been getting, and they told me that they decided to get solar panels installed. Is it even worth it? They told me about Yellow Light, a solar panel installation company that's been helping homeowners and businesses go solar since 2009. Reach out to Yellow Light to see if solar panels make sense for you. My friend still brags about her drastically lower electric bills, and you can too. Call them today, 216-220-6233.
They say nothing's free in this world.
Anybody want a free sample?
Well, our website is.
Get free stuff.
Check out all this stuff, all for free. News, sports stories, podcasts, and more. And it's free.
All at WHBC.com.
Welcome back to Let's Grow Together. Laura's Nursery and Garden Center. Matt and Rachel are here. Thank you for the calls so far. A lot of good ones already. 330-450-1480, the number to call, or pcook@whbc.com is the email. So let's go through some more of these pictures. They are on. If you're watching us live on Facebook, Nick's going to be kind enough to put the pictures up as well. So what are we seeing here,
So
Matt?
that is a weeping cherry. It's a white weeping cherry called Snow Fountain. Now, Snow Fountain is the most compact of the weeping cherries. There's another one called Japanese Pink, Pink Snow Showers. The pink ones have a tendency to get much larger than the white varieties do.
That's pretty.
And then underneath that, there's different varieties of boxwood. The next picture here is all different type of arborvitae. You can see there's greens and yellows and oranges and different size green ones. Those are all different types of globe arborvitae. So a lot of times when I say arborvitae, everybody thinks the pyramidal.
Yep.
Right,
I
exactly.
did. Yeah.
Exactly. But these are all shrub versions of it.
I love that.
And they're
kind of like a
super
low
nice.
mound.
Yeah, and you really, you don't have to trim them or anything. They keep that nice shape.
Yeah, the
They're
orange
soft.
one's called Fire Chief. One of the ones that's right by the tree pot up in the front of the photo is called Tater Tot. Tater Tot only gets 2 foot by 2 foot. It's this little tiny compact ball.
Tater tots and bowling balls.
And bowling balls is one of the other green ones, and then Golden Globe is the yellow ones. And so
I
there's
like that.
lots of different options in the arborvitae family for sure.
Okay, that's good. And like you're saying, they don't get very big. That's like perfect for in front of my house. I
Right.
think.
And that's what they've been. Brett, now see, the old globe arborvitaes used to get like 6 foot by 6 foot, and they would just eat the whole front of a house.
Yeah.
So through breeding and hybridization, they've gotten all these sizes much more compact. That picture there, the next picture is of a serviceberry. So serviceberry are a native plant here. That's a multi-stem serviceberry. We actually got a really good deal on those. We bought a lot of them because they were a great value.
I love serviceberry.
They're probably 5 to 6 foot tall in that container already, and priced very, very well.
Yeah, they're native, so they're a really good.
Okay, the next one here that you got a picture of is barberry. So barberry is a thorny plant. Works great for a hedge if you want to keep kids out from like between property lines.
From next door.
Yeah, exactly. Stay off my yard.
Get out of my lawn.
But there, you can see there in that picture as well, there's all different colors and different shapes and sizes. So we have one there called Orange Rocket, which is an upright one. Another one called Gold Pillar, which is an upright one. And then we've got some yellow ones that are round and low, and some Crimson Cutie, which is a red one that's round and low. So different options, different sizes available in that plant, and a lot of those are all new varieties. I believe the Crimson Cutie is also a seedless, so it will not spread from seed.
Oh, okay. Very good. And then
the next one is the very front of the picture of the next one here is burning bush. So burning bush are a really popular plant. They're great to use as a hedgerow. They're very hardy, very easy to grow. And in the background, you see a large section of globe blue spruce.
Yeah,
now, some
look
of
at
those
that.
blue spruce are on the ground, and they're kind of like a round ball that grows on the ground. And then some of those in the picture, you'll see there's a stem, and that ball is on top of the stem, kind of like a blue lollipop. And that is the trunk will never grow taller, the head will just develop out. And so it's a lot of times used as a focal point in a flower bed or something like that, that adds that bright blue color and very compact growth habit.
And remember, everything that Matt is describing here is at the nursery.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, "Ooh, that sounds great. I want to go. I'm going to take a look." That's good.
I do believe we are to the weather now. All the pond listeners out there, it is time to fire them up. So this is a picture of the next picture is a picture of one of the large display ponds at the nursery, and we got the waterfalls fired up last week. And there's a process of cleaning. We shut those pumps off back in November, and so there's algae growth that happens in the pond over the winter time. The first week when we fire the pumps back up, we don't do a whole lot to the pond as far as adding chemicals. We want the water to be really well oxygenated again. After a few days, then we'll add some algae killer, and we're going to add the right amount of algae killer. Please read the directions on the bottle. It works really well, and if you have fish in the pond and you double the dose, it's going to kill all the algae really quickly, which sounds great, but in the decomposition process, that algae consumes oxygen out of the water, and now it's competing with the fish for the oxygen they need to breathe.
Don't do that.
It didn't get green overnight. It's gonna take a couple weeks to clean it back up. It's not
Makes
a big
sense.
deal.
Yeah.
Rachel and I are always thinking of the fish.
Guys.
So I try to get an overview picture from like one of
That's
the
a
big
good one.
rocks, and it kind of shows all of the different plant material. The pond's kind of in the foreground, then all the shrubs lined up down the back drive of the nursery, and that's one level. We have 3 levels at the nursery, plus all the balled and burlap material on the side.
I hear that all the time when people come in, like that hadn't really ever been there. They're like, I had no idea how big this place
Right.
was.
Or-
Like, yeah, there's
or-
a lot to
I
see.
mean, the greenhouse is up front, and the store's up front,
Yeah.
and some people have just never walked behind the greenhouse, and they come out back, and they're like, "Oh my
Gosh.
god!"
Keeps going.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly right. That's crazy.
And
So-
this time of year is so cool because there's just different, pops of color like all over the
Everywhere.
place. So you're
Yep.
like, what's that? What's that?
So that is a variety of red bud there, and the red buds that one's called Hearts of Gold, and Hearts of Gold's a neon yellow leafed red bud. That gentleman that called earlier had what he called it an Eastern red bud,
Yeah.
and that's the old-fashioned green leafed one. There's a lot of new colors in red bud. There's some that have like a pink and red and green and white marbled leaf. There's some that are green and white two-tone. There's a new one called Flamethrower that has like purple new growth. Another brand new one this last year was called Hearts of Fire. The new growth is red, and then it hardens off green. In the middle of summer, it flushes red again. So you have like a two-tone tree.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. What's
is-
that beauty?
That is a Norway spruce. Norway spruce are probably one of our top screen trees if you have the space for it. Now, it is a tree that gets 50 foot tall and fairly wide, so you wouldn't want to use it in like a city lot because it's going to eat up your whole yard. In a city lot, we're going to use something different like one of the dwarf arborvitaes or something like that to create privacy but not eat up your yard space. But the Norway spruce are always popular.
Yeah, that's so pretty. I love it.
And then this is actually a picture. I wanted to show a picture of how big our potted dogwoods are. We probably have 28 different varieties of dogwoods on property, and this is a potted one that's absolutely massive. There's a whole bunch of that variety there. And certain times we'll get plant material in that's oversized, and we got a lot of that oversized material this year. So there's really good value in the size of the plant material for the price we're charging for.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I need to go take a walk around. I haven't seen any of this big stuff yet.
I know. When Matt sends these pictures, I'm always just so excited to go through them because I know that he has tons of them, and he sends. You're pretty. You might want to take up photography there at some point. So this one, I think the next one we have is the greenhouse.
The greenhouse. Yeah, I'll let Rachel do this.
But I was going to say too, this is that time of year where we're always saying a couple more weeks. But every week we're getting stuff like it's just building up. So that is Mandevilla. So that is a tropical, but it's a vine. So it loves the sun, and it'll just in all season long, but it has to be wait until frost.
And the reds and the pinks I've seen us have before, that peach color in the front.
Yeah, that's kind of a newer one.
Yeah.
So
Really
and
cool
we don't
looking.
have very many of those. And I think we have some smaller ones, and I'm sure we'll get more. But yeah, it's kind of a unique new one. Those are hibiscus.
Oh,
we did get a
hibiscus is
couple
great.
new variety. Yes. Couple new bold colors of varieties of I think those are the tree
But they
hibiscus.
take a lot of sun also.
They like
right?
a lot of sun.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are the tropical hibiscus.
Yes. These are all. This is all tropical stuff right now. So nothing that can go outside just yet.
Before we get to the rest of these flowers, let's take this call because we'll have to take a break for the news. But let's go to Donna in Massillon. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Hi, guys.
Morning.
Hey, I was just wondering, I have a butterfly bush that is about 8 or 9 feet tall.
Yep.
and it's got pretty good width to it.
Okay.
How far back do I cut that and when? And can I do it now?
You can do it now. I would recommend starting at the tip with like your thumbnail or the edge of a pruner blade. What you're going to find most likely this year with our extremely hard winter, the butterfly bush died really far back. And that's not uncommon. And even though it may have been 8 foot tall this year, if you start scratching at the tips and you chase it all the way back and maybe a foot from the ground, the branch is still green. That's where you're going to trim it off at.
Oh.
That plant will have a root system large enough to produce another 8 foot bush by the end of the year.
Oh, for pity's sakes. Okay, well, thank you so much. I enjoy your show, and you guys are really informative.
Thank you.
Thanks for
calling.
And
Thanks for
again,
listening.
That all-season fertilizer will really help that plant produce that big growth again.
All right, very good. All right, now I just want to get a couple more of these pictures, and then we'll take our break for the news here coming up.
In front there, that is Mexican heather. So again, a tropical, but it is a sun lover. It's kind of stays like a tiny little bush. It's really good for kind of a filler for your sun pots and planters.
Okay.
And it just has those little purple flowers on it all season long. So
is that Dipladenia behind?
I think it is. Yes. Yeah. I couldn't quite tell. I could just see the pink color. Yep. Yeah. That's
Okay.
Dipladenia and.
All right, next one is...
those are the tulips.
Oh, aren't they pretty?
Yes, and again, they are a little bit farther ahead than what's outside, but you can enjoy them until they're done blooming and plant them outside.
I hate that they go away.
So, I know, they go away really
why
quick.
Why can't they last?
Well, I usually don't even get any. I actually gave up because the deer get them. And that Repels All spray works really well, but you have to...
Do it
with
regularly.
yes, because
And
you
we're
miss
at work,
one
so we
day.
don't
Yeah,
None of us want to do that.
They're watching those. So,
Oh, and then we've got some pictures.
Yes, we have a lot of pottery. We always get a lot of good pottery, but we got a lot of like little pots in because
Those are
of all different sizes
Unique
and colors,
shapes and animals and really cool colors on a lot of them. So
a lot, yes,
a lot of fun decor stuff.
A lot of fun
right?
decor, yes. And that's that is just a smidge of it. That's just a corner of in the greenhouse of the little bit what we have. So
all right, well, let us take a break for the news, and don't forget, we are live on Facebook, live on our YouTube channel. When we come back, you can give us a call, 330-450-1480.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. Spring is finally here. It's time to get outside and bring your home and garden back to life. At Rohr's Nursery, we're proud to be a family-owned and operated full-service landscape company, dedicated to serving our community with quality, care, and attention to detail. Let our experts help you. Call today for your free estimate or stop by our greenhouse and retail shop to get inspired. Rohr's Nursery on Everhard Road, Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street, or rohrsnursery.com.
Warmer weather and outstanding rates on a new or used vehicle loan at Friends and Family Credit Union. How low can we go? How about 3.99% APR up to 76 months? That's 3.99% APR up to 76 months on a new or used car, truck, or motorcycle. Get behind the wheel of the ride you want with a fantastic rate of 3.99% APR up to 76 months at Friends and Family Credit Union. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
April is full of delicious deals at Mench's Brothers. This month, get $3 off burgers every Wednesday. And on Saturday nights, enjoy Mench's Italian Meal Deal. Get an Italian dish with salad, bread, and a soft drink for only $14. Their family created the first hamburger, and 140 years later, it is still the Mench's family using the same recipes and bringing people together. Visit them at their locations in Perry Township and in Massillon, or see them online at menchesbrothers.com and bite into the burger that started it all.
Spring is the perfect time to upgrade your water, and right now at Ferndale Water Experts, get a free reverse osmosis drinking water system with the purchase of any twin tank water softener. Visit ferndalewater.com today.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the 1480 WHBC newsroom, a former Archbishop Hoban teacher now pleading guilty to sexually abusing 2 students. Chad Kendall accepted a deal in Summit County Common Pleas Court. He pled guilty to 6 of the 10 felony counts against him. Prosecutors say from 2022 to 2025, Kendall groomed and had relationships with both students. Debbie Perry, Matthew Perry's stepmother, urging the judge to give the maximum sentence to Jasveen Sangha, the drug dealer who supplied the fatal dose of ketamine to the actor. Perry stated in a victim impact statement that the pain caused by Perry's death was irreversible and that Sangha should be getting the maximum prison sentence to prevent her from hurting other families. In sports, what may have been a playoff preview, Cavs beat Atlanta 122-116. Guardians yesterday beat Kansas City 10-2.
Blooming Bucks. Our massive cash giveaway, sponsored by Hosner Carpet One for all your flooring needs. Text the keywords to our text line, 844-833-8221.
And this hour's keyword is share, S-H-A-R-E, share. Text it to 844-833-8221.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Today will be breezy and warm with a mix of clouds and sunshine, reaching a high of 71. Expect partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 51. Tomorrow, anticipate some sunshine initially, followed by increasing cloud cover and a chance of a few showers. It'll be breezy with a high of 71. Tomorrow night, there could be a couple of evening showers. Otherwise, it'll be cloudy and cooler with a low of 39. With the AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
And this is Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. Matt and Rachel are here. Pam Cook with you as well. Taking your phone calls, 330-450-1480. And also, you can email me, pcook@whbc.com, and I'll ask the question for you if you'd like. So, again, 330-450-1480. And we are live on Facebook, and we are also live on our YouTube channel. So if you want to check us out there, and in a minute, we're going to go over some pictures. Matt shared, and we remember, if you were listening last week, Matt was talking about his father's planting of marigolds and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so he shared, what year? Do you know what year these are from?
Oh, man, this has got to be late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Probably late 80s in these pictures.
Okay.
And, when I said I wasn't exaggerating, was I?
It's a lot. They look like shrubs. I mean, that's amazing.
The beds are 15 feet deep, and like marigolds in the front, zinnias, and like in the picture we're looking at there, impatiens in the two planters back by the garage back there.
I admire that. I really do. That's a lot of dedication, a lot of work.
Cases
and
of
it's beautiful.
Budgetta for the
And look at your house. I mean, when you look at the pictures of the house.
It was wrapped all the way around the porches.
And not a single rabbit around, I bet, with all those marigolds.
For sure.
Yeah, the porch there, and it has I mean, look at that.
And you'll see different
Oh
size
my
marigolds.
gosh,
So it's tiered up in the back. You've got your first ladies, which are your big ones, and then it kind of tiers down to the petite ones in the front. So it's like a wall of color.
And you don't see those. I mean, were those from seed or?
We grew them all from seed
That's
in
right.
hot
Oh, you
houses.
did say
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Yeah, there's some
wow.
gladiolas
That
in
is-
that
I
picture.
mean-
That's what that string is there to hold all the gladiolas
I
up.
commend that. That's amazing.
And he would always cut the flowers and take vases into the girls that worked in the 911 call center at Stark County Sheriff's Office.
How nice.
Wow.
And the next picture is
That's so awesome.
it's
It's around the
look at
back.
that.
That's the back
Back
of the
of the-
house,
Yeah.
right? You're
It's
like,
like,
what? That's more color most people have in the front.
No, yeah.
And
If
the
you're
beds-
missing, if you're not on our Facebook or YouTube,
Wow.
you can go to the later and go through and get to the pictures. You'll see, but
And then at the very top of the steps there, you can see there's another burst of color.
Yeah.
That was about an 1.5 acre, 2 acre garden, and there was a berm of marigolds all the way around the garden to keep the rabbits
protect
out.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
And
That's-
then that picture there is the front of the house. So there was a railroad tie / concrete wall. It was like a 2-part wall along Pittsburgh Road in North Canton. And that bed is 15 feet deep, and it's solid marigolds.
and there's your Renault Alliance too.
Throwback Thursday. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
these are
How cool.
and this more. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, you just go through and
Look
you
at
see them. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to jump to the phone so we don't keep Jody waiting for a long time. Jody in Canton is on the air with Roar's Nursery. Hi, Jody.
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, we're
how are you?
we got you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
I had called a couple of months ago about a night blooming cirrus.
Okay.
And I have rooted my leaves.
Yes, I do remember.
So I have roots that are maybe about a half an inch to an inch long now.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, what do I do with it now?
You can just put it in soil, and even if you have a bunch of starts, you can put them all together in a pot and start a new plant.
Okay, so do I put them in potting soil?
Yes.
Buy a small pot?
Yes, yeah. They do like to be crowded, so I would recommend going pretty, small, depending on how many cuttings and starts you have. But you can put them all together, and yeah, just use like a good, potting soil. Make sure that the pot has drainage, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that. So, because weren't you on the verge of losing it, if I remember?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
And I took what leaves I had. I had about 5 leaves left. And I've been rooting them in water ever since.
Oh, that's great to hear, though. That's awesome. Yeah, no, if they're ready to go, you can put them in soil. Yeah, I just get kind of a small scale pot and get some good potting soil, and you'll have new plants.
Okay.
And then you can, I would put some like all season fertilizer in there too. That would really help them establish.
All season fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I thought that is what you were going to say.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for the feedback too. I'm so glad to hear that because, it's always
nice when it works out.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a clipping off of my great grandmother's.
That's right. Yeah. So that makes it even
more special.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're really easy to root. So I'm glad that you were able to save it. So yay.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let us go to Debbie in Massillon. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Hi. My mom had a tree behind her bay window, which faces west.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lilac tree, and for whatever reason, the trunk never grew. It was really, really thin, and we staked it to keep it. Well, this last year with these huge winds, it went over several times, and we finally just took it out.
Okay.
It came out ball and all.
Okay.
It's been, can't even remember how many years it was there. But anyways, we wanted to replace it.
Okay.
Faces west. It's in just a small area.
Mm-hmm.
So we need like a small tree that, something possibly that would bloom so she can see out that way. Is there any suggestions you would have?
So the lilac tree did work perfect for that space, but you could also there's a plethora or a lot of different varieties of hydrangea trees. And the hydrangea tree will bloom pretty much from around July all the way through frost. So it's a really long bloom cycle and something that happens at a time of the year where you're outside to actually enjoy it. Sometimes the lilacs do their thing so early. It's cold and we see them certain days, but don't see them other days. The reblooming lilac, we have a new one now called Bloomerang. And that one will bloom once heavy and then sporadically rebloom throughout the season. So I would say maybe if she's stuck on that and wants to stay with a lilac tree, that blue.
I don't think because we had so much trouble.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so what happens too, whenever you plant a tree, you always want to take the edge of a knife or like a fork, or you want to fray the roots up. So when a plant is growing in a pot, its root system grows in a circle. Because it hits the edge of that pot and just grows in a circle. So you want to slice those roots so they'll head out into the new soil. Now, you don't want to stick the knife in 4 inches. You only want to go in maybe like a half inch at most. And that frays those roots, and they'll go into the new soil, and that'll help it establish itself. Depending on how long ago the plant was planted, back in the 2007 and 8 time frame, a lot of the plants had been kept in the pots for too long because the growers weren't selling them. And so we saw a lot of things that had a lot of circling roots. So anytime you're taking a plant that's in a pot, slice the roots so they head out into the new soil. It'll be much more effective and establish quicker in the ground.
And another thing I'd recommend too is using like sweet peat or some sort of a soil amendment when you do plant, and you just want to mix half of it or so with the backfill of the soil. That'll really help, because a lot of times if your soil is compacted and there's not a lot of nutrients in there, that'll really help it
The
establish.
sweet peat and the all-season fertilizer,
Yep.
those are two
Great
things
combo.
guaranteed to help that plant be much more successful.
Okay, all right. Do you have many of the hydrangea trees right now?
Over 100.
Just a few, yeah.
Just a few.
Lots to choose from, a lot of different varieties, and we can walk you through the differences in the varieties when you come on in.
Okay, I will be in to pick one out then. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for the call.
All right, let us go to Rick in Perry. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
I missed part of the call about the butterfly bush. How far down did you say you could trim that down to, like a foot above the ground?
Yeah, it's a great question. So if you like the plant being large, you're going to start at the tip and you're going to scratch the bark, and you'll start. And a lot of times when we have a hard winter, you're going to have what they call dieback. And so it may not be green underneath the outer edge. If you start at the very tip and you scratch the bark and it's green underneath the outer edge of the bark, it's alive all the way to the tip. I would just trim it a little bit for shape and leave it be. If you want to keep it more compact, this is the time of year where you're going to trim it back. And as you scratch further down the bark closer to the soil, a lot of times if it did die up at the tip, the stem is still alive closer to the ground. If you scratch it a foot off the ground and it's still brown, you're going to take that cane all the way back to the ground, and that plant should come back from the base.
Okay, and use all-season fertilizer
Yes.
after it?
100%, yep, because anytime we have a plant that has experienced winter dieback, we want to give it a ton of nutrients to regenerate that growth again.
Okay. And then the other thing is we have a poinsettia still in our house from Christmas. It still has a few blooms on it. What is that? Can I save that for next year, or if I am doing it, how should I do it?
You can try. The tricky thing is to get that color back from year to year. They definitely need the heat. So I would wait until way before after frost and stuff, and I would take it outside if you want to.
Yeah, it's
try to save
native
it.
to Mexico.
Yes,
so.
yeah. So they are very tricky.
And then you've got to cover the top of the plant to make and like deprive it of sunlight to make the foliage turn the color that it actually turns.
Yeah, and I believe you I remember people saying they would put it in a closet in like August or something like that, and then bring it back out. And there's a lot of babying to them, so most people don't save them. But if you want to try,
That's how
I
you
would just
do
kind of
it.
yeah. But taking it outside in the summertime will really help it.
Okay, so if you do put it like in a closet or something, you likely put some water on it then?
Yes, yeah, because you're just basically tricking it, thinking that it's dark in the darker season, to get the color to change. Because I think that they actually change their color more so in the before winter or something like that. So they have to kind of manipulate it. So, but yeah, you would still just kind of give it water from time to time. It's just the darkness. So
As far as the stems, trim them down to about just like right above where the pot is.
No, I would
they're
just
not
leave
like
it.
a
No, yeah,
perennial.
no, you don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just leave it go. As far as don't do any trimming or anything. That just you just leave
Wanna
it go
leave
and
the
then
stems
water it
alive,
and
yeah.
treat it like normal. So
Okay.
okay,
Thank you.
yeah,
right,
absolutely. Yeah,
thanks.
thanks for the call. Good luck.
All right,
they're
and
tricky.
let us go to Bill in Canton. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Good morning.
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 Appreciate the show.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm calling from my daughter's place. I'm doing some work there, and she lives in Lake Cable along the shoreline. What can I put to kind of help keep that shoreline intact?
All right. Is it a steep bank? Something you're gonna not be mowing or anything like that? Is that what we're talking about? Trying to visualize it.
I mow right up to the edge. We just put a new seawall in, but there's a part that comes down. It weans down to right almost to the water,
Sure.
to the woods, and I want to put something there.
Okay, so there's some really great ground covers that we've got in our aquatics department. We don't have them in quite yet because I'm outside. I don't have a greenhouse space for the aquatics. So they're not going to be probably available till last week of April, first week of May. But there's some really cool ajugas that
That's
would
the
work
first thing I was thinking too. Yeah.
fantastic there. There's one called Parrot's Paradise. Has kind of like a blue flower, but an orange and yellow foliage. There's one called Chocolate Chip that's a burgundy foliage with a blue flower, and they stay real low, and they would hug that bank really nicely. If you wanted something a little taller, there are other options there as well. We carry probably 30 different species of plants down in the aquatics department that would work.
Yeah, there's.
I'll see you the last week of April.
All right, sounds great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Great question. Thank you for the call.
Thanks for the call. Yeah, I love that, Ajuga.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for the call.
All right, we're going to take our break, and then we'll come back to the phones. We've got folks waiting, so you can call as well, 330-450-1480.
Ventrac, power, precision, performance. Designed with your tough jobs in mind, Ventrac compact tractors from Bears Lawn and Garden handle everything from mowing, preparing seedbeds, trenching, tilling, leaf collection, and more for a year-round tractor. Whether you're a grounds care professional or a large property owner, Ventrac will give you expert results to conquer all your tasks quickly and efficiently. Feel the difference when you get in the seat of a Ventrac today at Bears Lawn and Garden in North Canton, or call 330-499-4544.
A loving piece of history coming back to life April 9th through the 11th. Experience the grand christening of engine number 19 at the Age of Steam Roundhouse. Climb aboard for real steam-powered train rides. Explore the legendary roundhouse and witness history as this iconic locomotive is christened once again. From the sights to the sounds to the smell of pure steam power. This is more than an event. It's a journey through time. Don't miss the Engine 19 christening April 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at ageofsteamroundhouse.org.
Saving money is awesome. Saving money on items you actually use? Fantastic. Hi, Paul White for the Half Off and Out By store in Louisville. If you think you'll find the same low prices, huge variety, or great customer service at any other store, you'd be wrong. Stop into our store in Louisville and see what great deals we have. Follow us on our Facebook page at Half Off Store to see super specials. Why pay full price? Come and experience the Half Off and Out By store in Louisville, next to the Medicine Center Pharmacy.
Hey, this is Larry Hackenberg.
And Jennifer Toussaint from the Music Time Machine.
The Music Time Machine.
Don't forget the "the."
I'm real excited about our new Facebook page.
Yeah, I think it's really great.
I love the stories that we have on.
Clips of the music that we've loved.
And don't forget about the website.
Oh, yes, where you can always listen to our full stories on themusictimemachine.com.
Don't forget the.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-216-1635 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-216-1635. That's 800-216-1635. What do you have to lose? Call 800-216-1635. Again, 800-216-1635.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Welcome back to Let's Grow Together with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. We have Matt and Rachel with us this morning. We're going to go back to the phones, and we have Pat in Paris, Ohio. You are on the air with Roar's Nursery. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
I have ornamental grass. You know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of varieties. Yep.
It gets real tall with seeds.
Yep.
Yeah. and I love it. I mean, and I worked so hard. I had 4 patches that I needed to put something in, 4 spaces, and I had real hot, dry conditions, dry soil, and I got the kind that, and it grew beautifully. Beautiful.
Okay.
And then it grew thicker and thicker.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm trying to thin it down.
Yep.
Nobody warned me.
Yeah, all the bigger ornamental grasses, as they age, the center kind of dies out on them, and we're talking 5, 6, 7 years down the road. But the center can die out on them. You generally don't see it other than early spring, because as the outside of the plant comes up, it hides what's going on in the middle there. Eventually, what a lot of people end up needing to do is dig it up, divide it with, like, you actually use an axe or a machete to actually cut the root system.
Yeah.
I was going to thin it down. It's like a big rock. Those roots just become like a big...
Yep.
Yeah, they're almost worse than a shrub.
Yeah, trying to get out. So digging it up and then dividing it, putting a small clump back in, but it's a very inexpensive way to create a screen privacy. It just does require some maintenance work at about the 5, 6, 7 year mark, somewhere in that range.
I could not believe it. I even... a friend said, here, my shovel's really sharp. Yeah.
Not sharp enough.
No. That it gets taste like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it provides a beautiful screen, but I'll tell you, it's a lot of work, too, when you cut it down this spring.
Yeah.
It is,
Yep.
Cleaning all that up. All right, you don't have, other than digging it all out.
Nope. Unfortunately, digging it up and putting a small clump back in, and that's pretty much... That's it.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate
thank
it.
you.
All right, we are going to, we have a question in the email from our good friend Munch, who says, everything is starting to bloom except my dogwood tree. Help.
Okay.
So listen closely, Munch.
Munch, it depends on what type of dogwood tree you have. If you have one of the Coosa crosses or an actual Coosa dogwood, they're not going to bloom for another month. If you have one of the early blooming dogwoods, like one of the old-fashioned white or pink dogwoods, they should have set bud last fall. And if they didn't set bud last fall, if there's not these little round buds all over it, it's not going to bloom this spring. It's probably lacking some type of nutrient, and I would highly recommend fertilizing it with the all-season fertilizer. If there are round buds on it, most likely it just hasn't warmed up enough yet. Now, my ones that are in the potted section, they're above ground. Their root system warms up much quicker. They're just starting to open now. So you just might be a little early on that one, but yeah.
And what were you telling us about beating your dogwood?
All right, so
this is an old garden myth right here.
Munch.
Yeah,
there is. You can beat your dogwoods to encourage them to bloom, and what I mean by that is you can take.
It's a very old school method.
Yeah, you take like a piece of garden hose and you actually smack the trunk around the outside, not enough to actually break the bark, but enough to bruise it. And the hormone that the root system will send up to repair that cambium will actually cause it to set buds. Again, it needs the nutrients in the soil to be able to do that. So I wouldn't recommend beating the dogwood right off the bat. I would recommend fertilizing
Maybe talk to it first.
Yeah, let's make sure it has all the ingredients it needs. And the reason the tree does that is because when you bruise that cambium, it's actually a self-defense mechanism of the tree. It stresses the tree out, and the tree's natural reaction is to try to reproduce. And that's where the flowering comes in.
There you go. See? Very good.
I just want to see somebody.
No. All right. We have so much more to talk about. We'll do it again next week. And Matt, give us the locations.
Yes, we have 2 Rohr's Nursery locations, 5357 Everhard Road in Canton and 7211 Portage Street in Massillon.
All right. Talk to you guys next week.
Talk to you then.
See ya.
Hi, it's Angie Rohr with Rohr's Nursery. Spring is finally here. It's time to get outside and bring your home and garden back to life. At Rohr's Nursery, we're proud to be a family-owned and operated full-service landscape company, dedicated to serving our community with quality, care, and attention to detail. Let our experts help you. Call today for your free estimate or stop by our greenhouse and retail shop to get inspired. Rohr's Nursery on Everhard Road, Rohr's Nursery on Portage Street, or rohrsnursery.com.
Ventrac.